This chickpea chili is so good and it only has 3+ ingredients. So my name's Jules Clancy, I live in Australia and I'm used to be a food scientist, and now I'm an extremely simple cooking coach, and I create recipes that use 3 ingredients plus or minus a few. For our chickpea chili, I've got a pot on and I've got it on high heat just because I want to get it cooked as fast as possible. And I've got a big jar of tomato pasta sauce there. This one's chunky tomato and basil and garlic. The reason I'm using, you could also use a tomato puree or tomato passata. I like to kind of use one of those pasta sauces is that they don't really need any extra cooking, like they kind of just need heating and they're ready to serve. And then I've got 2 cans of chickpeas. So of course you could use chickpeas that you cooked yourself if you prefer, and they do tend to taste better, but we're going for quickness today, and you can see that's already simmering away nice and quickly. So I've got my chickpeas in. Let me give it a stir. And really just the aim here is to simmer it long enough to get everything hot. And you know, it's up to you. You could, if you wanted a thicker chili, you could simmer it for a bit longer for the sauce to reduce down, but I think it's kind of nice to have it fairly saucy. Then of course we need our name ingredient, chili. So I'm going to put in, I'm using dried chili flakes just because I like the texture and they look really pretty. So I'm going to use 2 teaspoons because we want it fairly hot. Really just giving this a bit of a simmer, and while that's simmering I'm going to wash my coriander or cilantro leaves that I'm going to serve on top. And then I'm just going to taste, season, if it needs some salt, which it may well do. Yeah, a bit of salt and pepper if needed. And then serving just in bowls with the coriander and a big dollop of sour cream on top. It's beautiful, chickpea, easy, 1-pot chickpea chili. So in terms of variations, there's different proteins. So if you didn't want to be using chickpeas, you could be using any kind of white beans or canned beans, or you could go with black beans, of course, or you could mix it up and add in some extra proteins if you wanted to add some chicken to it, or some meatballs, or some sausage, or some ground beef, or some boiled eggs, or so with some poached eggs. Like, all of those options work really, really well. Then in terms of if you needed to be dairy-free, my favorite dairy-free option instead of this, you could just skip the sour cream, but I really do love that creaminess. And so my favorite dairy-free option is you can either use hummus, or I make a dairy-free cashew sour cream, which is basically just cashews soaked with water and pureed up with or without a little bit of garlic, and that just, and a bit of lemon juice, and that just really works well in place of sour cream. And then last variation is if you want it to be lower carbs, so if you don't want to be eating a lot of legumes, then the thing that works really well in here is actually to roast some cauliflower or some other roast veggies, and then use them instead of the beans. But you would want to add some protein to that too, so probably some chicken or some eggs, and yeah, you'd have a really lovely cauliflower chili. So hope you found this interesting. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you next time.